I'm going to guide us through a quick tapping sequence to help release blocks to abundance. And don't worry if you haven't tapped before, you can just copy what I'm doing and you'll still get great results. So what I'd like you to do first is just notice what you feel either emotionally or in your body as I say the following 3 sentences related to abundance. So, abundance is achievable for everyone. I deserve a life of abundance. And the third one is, it's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Just check in and notice if you felt any negative emotions at all, or any kind of physical tension or tightness in your body as I said those sentences. Those indicate some blocks to abundance that are going on, and that's exactly what we want to tune into before tapping. If you didn't notice any of that and it just felt supportive and expansive, then you might not have any blocks to abundance, so this might not be the video for you. But you can always try tapping along and see what happens anyways. Sometimes as we tap, you'll attune to some of those blocks, and then it'll kind of become more prominent, and then you can tap through again and help release that. Alright, so let's start tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I have some blocks to abundance, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even though I've got some blocks to abundance, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even though I've got some blocks to abundance, I'm open to loving and accepting myself anyways. Alright, and go ahead and tap on the top of the head. I've got some blocks to abundance. Tap on the eyebrow. I've got some blocks to abundance. Tap on the side of the eye. But they say that abundance is attainable for everyone. Tap under the eye, and just notice how you feel as I say that sentence. Tap under the nose. Abundance is achievable for everyone. Tap under the lips. It might be that you feel like, I don't know if that's really true. Tap on the collarbone. So maybe some feelings of doubt or that it's not really possible. Tap under the arm. Abundance is achievable for everyone. Tap on the top of the head. You might also be feeling like, well, yeah, maybe it's achievable for everyone except for me or except under certain conditions. So there might be some exceptions that you're noticing. Tap on the eyebrow. Abundance is achievable for everyone. Tap on the side of the eye. Or you might have some feelings of sadness or shame for either yourself or others who don't have abundance for some reason. Tap under the eye. Abundance is achievable for everyone. At least that's what they say. Tap under the nose. And just notice if there are any last feelings coming up for you as I say, abundance is achievable for everyone. Tap under the lips. Abundance is achievable for everyone. Tap on the collarbone. And I deserve a life of abundance. Tap under the arm. And now check in as to what you feel as I say that sentence. Tap on the top of the head. Abundance is achievable for everyone, and I deserve a life of abundance. Tap on the eyebrow. It might be that you feel like you don't deserve a life of abundance. Tap on the side of the eye. Maybe someone even told you that you don't deserve it for some reason. Tap under the eye. I deserve a life of abundance. Tap under the nose. Maybe you kind of feel like, oh yeah, I do deserve it, but only if I work really hard all the time so that I don't get to enjoy it. Tap under the lips. I deserve a life of abundance. Tap on the collarbone. Or maybe it feels like, oh yeah, I deserve it, but so many other people deserve it more than me, so they don't have it yet, so neither should I. Tap under the arm. I deserve a life of abundance. Tap on the top of the head. Or maybe you feel some kind of guilt or bad feelings that somebody else might be missing out, or you might be taking something away from someone if you have a life of abundance. Tap on the eyebrow. I deserve a life of abundance. Tap on the side of the eye, and just notice any last feelings that are coming up as I say that sentence. Tap under the eye. I deserve a life of abundance. Tap under the nose. And it's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap under the lips and just check in as to what you feel as I say that. Tap on the collarbone. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap under the arm. It might be that it doesn't feel very fun and safe at all to have an abundant life. Tap on the top of the head. It might feel like you'll have to be constantly afraid of having things that make you feel abundant taken away from you or losing them in some way. Tap on the eyebrow. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap on the side of the eye. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap under the eye. It might feel really sad to you, or you might feel some guilt that someone else will have to suffer in some way, or someone else won't have what you have. Tap under the nose. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap under the lips. It might also feel like one area of your life could be abundant, but you'll lose out in some other area. Tap on the collarbone. For example, maybe you'll have financial abundance, but you'll lose out on love and friendship, and people will be jealous of you if you have that financial abundance. Tap under the arm. Or maybe you're concerned that people will only be your friends to take advantage of your abundance. Tap on the top of the head. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap on the eyebrow. Maybe you have concerns that a lot of people don't have abundant lives. Tap on the side of the eye and are having some trouble connecting the dots as to how you can still be compassionate towards them and even help them out. Tap under the eye while having an abundant life yourself. Tap under the nose. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap under the lips. And just notice any last feelings that are coming up there as I say that sentence. Tap on the collarbone. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap under the arm. Abundance is achievable for everyone, and I deserve a life of abundance, and it's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap on the top of the head, and just notice any feelings that are coming up around any of those sentences for you. Tap on the eyebrow. Abundance is achievable for everyone. Tap on the side of the eye. I deserve an abundant life. Tap under the eye. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap under the nose. Abundance is achievable for everyone. Tap under the lips. I deserve a life of abundance. Tap on the collarbone. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. Tap under the arm and just notice if there are any other feelings coming up for you around those. Tap on the top of the head. It seems like maybe I've had some blocks to abundance. Tap on the eyebrow. Like maybe it didn't really feel that possible for me to have an abundant life. Tap on the side of the eye. Or maybe like I didn't deserve it, or someone would get hurt if I had it. Tap under the eye. Or maybe like even having an abundant life would just end up feeling bad anyways. Tap under the nose. No wonder I might have had some blocks to abundance. Tap under the lips. I'd like to be open to another possibility though. Tap on the collarbone. I'd like to be open to letting go of these blocks to abundance. Tap under the arm. And welcoming more abundance into my life without anything bad having to happen or anyone having to hurt. Alright, let's take a nice deep breath and check in again. So we'll check back in with those sentences that we had started with. Just notice what you feel either emotionally or in your body as you hear them now. So abundance is achievable for everyone. I deserve a life of abundance. It's fun and safe to have an abundant life. So chances are you feel a lot lighter around those things now after tapping. You might also notice that some emotions are still coming up around those, so you can tap through this video again, just focusing on whatever's there for you now, and then that should subside with the tapping. It's also possible that maybe you noticed some past memories coming up, maybe specific times when someone told you something bad about abundance, or that you didn't deserve it, or maybe a story of someone who had abundance that was hurt or something like that. So if you did notice specific memories coming up, those can be great to target with the tell the story technique and take a more focused approach for deeper healing to release any pain related to those specific memories. And as we're able to let go of that pain, we're of course able to welcome more abundance into our lives.